So next is what? Characteristics of memory hierarchy. So what are the characteristics of memory hierarchy? Already we discussed about the characteristics. One is speed, cost, and size. Similarly, there are 4 characteristics in computer memory hierarchy. One is capacity, second one is access time, third one is performance, next one is what? Cost per bit. What? Cost per bit. So first we'll discuss about what? Capacity. So already we discussed the capacity in the sense the size. So size is increased from top to bottom. Look here, the size is increasing from which one? From top to bottom. So maximum size is which? Maximum size is auxiliary memory, and minimum size is which one? Register memory are the minimum size, or you can say small memory size, having small memory size. But magnetic tape and magnetic discs are having large size than this the size. So size. So when we will discuss about the capacity is increased from top to bottom. Okay. So it is the global volume of information the memory can store. It is the global volume of information the memory can store. As we move from top to bottom in the hierarchy, the capacity increase. So normally auxiliary memory or secondary storage device like hard disks, external hard disks, these are used to store what? Maximum amount of informations, or that's why it's saying that it is the global volume of information the memory can store. Yes, obviously the hard disk size is maximum 1 TB, 2 TB, in which we can store thousand of movies, thousand of videos, thousand of text, thousand of crores of informations in our hard disk. So the capacity. So this is the one characteristics of memory hierarchy, the capacity. So capacity is increased from top to bottom. Similarly, access time, it is the time interval between the read and write request and the availability of the data. So what do you mean by access time? It is the time interval between the read or write request and the availability of data. So as we move from top to bottom in hierarchy, the access time increase. Obviously, when we will move from top to bottom, अगर top to bottom आएंगे, if we move from top to bottom, the accessing time is maximum. But when we move from bottom to top, there is what? Less time of access. Less time, it will take less time to accessing the information. So which one taking minimum time to access a data? A register memory, but maximum magnetic tape or magnetic disk. Okay, next performance. Next one is what? Performance. So earlier when the computer system was designed without memory hierarchy design, the speed gap increased between the CPU register and main memory due to large difference in access time. This resulted in slower performance of the system, and thus enhancement was required. The enhancement was made in the form of memory hierarchy design, because of which the performance of the system increased. So everybody want to boost up his execution process, or everybody want to enhance the performance speed. So we need to properly organize the memory, or you can say we have to organize the memory properly to enhance the performance, to enhance the access time, to decrease the access time and capacity also. So how we can enhance the performance of a computer system? So in earlier day there was no memory hierarchy design is there, that's why there is less performance in computer system. But when the memory hierarchy design come, the performance is increased, due to which we can more efficiently use the memory management, okay, by the help of memory hierarchy diagram. Next one is what? Cost per bit. So cost per bit is what? Cost per bit, as we move from bottom to top in hierarchy, the cost per bit increase. That is, internal memory is costlier than external memory. Look, as we move from bottom to top in hierarchy, the cost per bit increased. That is, internal memory costlier than external memory. Obviously, look this diagram. When we will move from bottom to top, the cost of memory is increased. Yes, already I told you the register memory and cache memory cost is very high than the magnetic memory and magnetic disk. So there is what less number of register memory and cache memory in computer, but we can externally we can add maximum size hard disks into our computer to store the information. Okay, so this is what cost per bit. So which is more costly? Now register memory and cache memory are more costly than the magnetic tape and magnetic disk. Get it, everybody? So these are the characteristics of memory hierarchy. So what are the characteristics of memory hierarchy? Capacity, access time, performance, and cost per bit. So capacity is nothing but storage capacity or storing information capacity, and which is what as we move from top to bottom, the hierarchy, the capacity increase. When in access time, when we move from top to bottom in the hierarchy, the access time increase, but always we require less access time. Much access time is take much time, but less access time will take less time to perform the operations and performance. And how we can increase the performance? If we will organize the memory in properly, then we can increase the performance. Earlier there was no hierarchical design, memory hierarchical design is there, so there is no great performance in computer memory. But nowadays there is a what memory hierarchy system is there, that's why we are enhance the performance of computer. And cost per bit, cost per bit is what, as we move from bottom to top in hierarchy, the cost per bit increase, that is internal memory is costlier than external memory. So obviously register and cache memory price is more than the hard disks or external devices. So this is all about your characteristics of memory hierarchy. So today in this session we discussed what is a memory. Memory is nothing but memory is a physical device which is used to store information or data in our computer. And there are two types of storing capacity. Storing, one is temporary storage, another is permanent storage. So permanent storage means we can store the information as long as we didn't delete it, but temporary means the data or information will be erased when the power supply is off to the computer. Okay, and classification of memory, there are three classification. One is internal processor memory, another is main memory, another is secondary or auxiliary memory. And the main memory and the internal processor memory can be directly accessed by the CPU or processor, whereas the secondary storage device cannot directly accessed by the processor. The example of internal memory is register memory and cache memory, and the example of main memory is RAM and ROM. And the example of secondary memory is what? Hard disk, CD, floppy, DVD, magnetic tape, pen drive. These are the example of secondary auxiliary device. Okay, and this is the hierarchical model of computer. Okay, and this is register memory, cache memory, main memory, magnetic disk, magnetic tape, and the increasing bottom to top, increasing order of access time or speed and cost, and top to bottom, increasing order of storage size. So it is having less size and it is having maximum size. It's having less access time and cost is high, and these are having maximum access time and cost is less. Okay, and auxiliary memory, main memory, and cache memory. So main important is what? Cache memory. In our syllabus we will details discuss about cache memory. Already in our previous module already we discussed main memory, secondary memory, or this primary memory and secondary memory. Main memory is called what? Primary memory, and these are also called what? Secondary storage device, or you can say auxiliary memory. Already we discussed in the in our previous module in class. Okay.